Hello! Today we will be demonstrating the Valid8 IMS security tester. We will be demonstrating one of the tests, namely the test TC001 SIP register flood. For this test case, the IMS security tester will be exchanging SIP signaling messages with the IMS core DUT. The IMS core DUT in this demo will be an IMS core emulator, which is already running at the moment. The purpose of this test case is to verify that the IMS core can handle a flood of registration messages without impact. What we will see is when the flood of registration messages stop, the DUT will respond with a SIP OK to the final SIP register message. So here is the application control page. Here we see all the configurations for the different security testers, and here is the default IMS security tester configuration, which will run the IMS security tester against the IMS core emulator. So here you can expand to see the configuration plus the environment file. And if you want to see the actual environment file to edit it, you click these gear icons. And here it brings up a Pixel editor where you can edit the various parameters for this particular test. You can either do a save or save as, which saves any changes you made in a new file and close. We're not going to edit any of the configurations and the environments here. We're just going to run the security tester with the default IMS tester config and the environment default IMS security. To do so, you click this button here and confirm. Now that this is showing all green for status, we are ready to run a test. To get to the test, you either can go to the composer here, and these show previously recently run tests. Click this button here. It'll bring up the test in another tab, or if you actually click composer, you actually can type TC underscore and it will show you a list of test cases. The one we want to run is this one, so I select it here. And then over here on the left side, it shows you the list of other possible tests that you can run. In this case, there are 4 total that can be run, but we're going to run the SIP register flood. And over here, you can run Wireshark to see the signaling messages between the tester and the DUT under test. And in this case, this test will be exchanging SIP messages. However, also diameter messages could be exchanged with the SIP, an IMS core. Okay, so I'm going to start the test by clicking this start button. And now you see there's just a flood of SIP register messages getting sent. This is the event log, which is telling you what's happening, plus the Wireshark trace is showing the messages that are being exchanged between the IMS core emulator and the tester. Eventually what we're going to see is with the final SIP register message, the DUT is still able to respond with a SIP OK. And here we see that the verdict is passed because the test received a final OK to the final SIP message. You can also see the test results if you go back to the control page. Here, and you can either see a live journal that recorded the results of the recent test, As you can see, for this SIP register flood scenario, it records it in a report saying it passed, and the time it started, and the duration of the test, what config and environment files were used, what software version and firmware version. Also, if you look at all the journal, you can see previous reports that were generated from previous runs. We can expand one of them like this and see the previous report, and see the report is saying there was an IMS security test run. And then if you want to actually have a PDF version of the report to share with others, you can just click this button here and a report will be generated.